going on, you guys? It's Joseph Conlin coming to you with your news and rumors video of the week. I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend as much as I am, and is enjoying their Sunday as much as I am too. Today I spent my Sunday watching some New Japan Pro Wrestling, Power Struggle. It was a great show, which built into Wrestle Kingdom 14, which we will get to later in this show. And the Miami Dolphins got their first win of the season today, which I was extremely about. They defeated the New York Jets 26-14. We've looked miserable the first 7 games of the season, and we played today. It was a home game. I know the Jets suck and all that stuff. They were 1-6 going into this game, but as the American Nightmare will always say, all wins matter. And the Miami Dolphins get their first win against the New York Jets, so that's fine. So it's extremely happy about that. And then I texted Eddie about the Dolphins beating the Jets, and he was like, "Yeah, that's like Brandon Cutler beating Peter Avalon," and I laughed hysterically from that. So, shout out to Eddie. We hope to get him back on the channel next week. We got a lot to go over today in a short amount of time. Once again, we got the NXT is going to be a part of Survivor Series this year. Is it going to be all triple threat matches? What is there going to be 5-on-5 elimination matches? I'm going to break it down right here for you guys, what I think is going to happen. The so far confirmed matches for Wrestle Kingdom 14's night 1 and 2. We're going to go over that. And then the main event topic of the day. I know that the big topic was the 175 talent being held back in Saudi Arabia, but basically everybody knows that by now, and they know all the information, and I feel like it'd be a complete waste of time if I go over something that people already know. So today's main event topic is going to be the reason why Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez at Crown Jewel was so short. I got all the information on that. I spent at least an hour today looking up information on Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez from Crown Jewel. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and I'm going to reveal the reason why it was so short at Crown Jewel. So, without further ado, let's kick into the news and rumors for this week, starting off with NXT being a part of Survivor Series this year. It was announced on Thursday during Crown Jewel, which is a show I did not watch, by the way. I had no interest in it. That NXT was going to be in Survivor Series this year, and instead of it being Raw versus SmackDown, it was going to be Raw versus NXT versus SmackDown. Now, I think this is good, and this is bad. The good, it gives me a legit reason to watch NXT. I watch NXT every week. It gives me a legit reason to watch Survivor Series this year, because if it was Raw versus SmackDown again, I wouldn't really care, because we've had the wild card rule for most of 2019, which was atrocious, in my opinion. It was absolutely atrocious, and I feel like that if it was Raw versus SmackDown again this year, nobody would care. So they had to throw NXT in there, and it gives me a legit reason to watch Survivor Series, and I'm pretty sure everybody is going to be cheering for NXT to win Survivor Series this year. The bad about this is NXT is in Vince's shoes, and Vince has control of the entire roster for that one night who's participating in Survivor Series, and he could have all the champions get pinned, and he can make him NXT look weak, and I certainly don't want that to happen. Already thinking about it, I think if we get a triple threat match with the 3 world champions, which is Brock Lesnar, who's now a Monday Night Raw superstar, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Adam Cole. Those three in the triple threat match. Who do you think's taking the pin? It's certainly not going to be Bray Wyatt. He just won the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar's the top guy on Monday Night Raw, and Adam Cole's the top guy on NXT, but Adam Cole's probably going to end up taking the pin, which is, I don't want that, but it's most likely going to happen, which sucks. Then we might also have AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roderick Strong, the Undisputed Era versus the Revival versus the Viking Raiders, and then I think, as an early prediction, this could be the match of the night for Survivor Series. Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Shayna Baszler. I think that can be absolutely amazing and tear the house down in Chicago on November 24th. But then the interesting thing for me is, are we really going to do 5-on-5 versus 5-on-5 versus 5-on-5 with the women and the men? Because if that's what they're going to do, the match is going to take forever and it's going to get really boring really quick. So I think this year, I would limit it to possibly 3 members on each team, or 4. I prefer 3. 3 for Raw, 3 for SmackDown, and 3 for NXT. I would make things much easier, and the match would be much quicker. So that's my opinion on NXT's being a part of Survivor Series this year. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be really good because you guys saw SmackDown this week. It was amazing. It was the best SmackDown this year in 2019. And what would be great is SmackDown invading NXT in the next few weeks, getting their payback from when NXT invaded their show. So I think it would boost ratings too, and I think NXT is going to be really high in the ratings, especially this week, to see the fallout from SmackDown. No one cares about Raw this week. No one cares. So that's that. And then the second topic I got for you guys, for all my New Japan fans on Twitter, I got a lot of them. Boy, Wrestle Kingdom 14 is going to be a show for the ages on January 4th and January 5th of 2020. Right now, I'm going to go over the confirmed matches right now for Night 1 and the confirmed matches for Night 2. On Night 1, for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, we have Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada as the main event. Now, these two guys tore the house down in the final night in the G1 Climax, which Kota Ibushi came out victorious against Okada and then came out victorious against Jay White, and this is the reason why he got this match. We have an 8-man tag team match. I'm not going to go over the names because I just don't feel like naming them. It's hard to pronounce. So, yeah. For the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, we have Sho and Yo of Roppongi 3K versus Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo of the Bullet Club. That could be a very underrated match in that card. I think that could be pretty solid. A match that was announced today for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, we have Hiromu Takahashi versus Will Ospreay. In my opinion, that's probably going to be the match of the night of Night 1 of the Wrestle Kingdom. What a return for Takahashi this morning, man. Confronting Will Ospreay, challenging him to a match at Wrestle Kingdom for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Man, just like Johnny Gargano and Finn Balor, take my money. Take my freaking money. This is going to be amazing. And then in a rematch for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, we have Jay White defending his championship against Tetsuya Naito. Night 2, We have the IWGP Heavyweight Champion versus the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, with the winner getting both titles. That's going to be amazing. I hope that it's either Kota Ibushi leaving with both titles or Tetsuya Naito leaving with both titles. We have Jushin Thunder Liger's retirement match to look forward to. And then we have a really historic match happening at Wrestle Kingdom, which is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. Listen, I don't care how old these guys are. They still got it. They're still amazing. Especially Jericho. Jericho is a god right now in professional wrestling. And this is going to be a great match. And it's going to be a great moment for New Japan Pro Wrestling, in my opinion. This match could be a high headliner for Wrestle Kingdom if it wasn't for the IWGP Heavyweight Champion versus the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. This match could easily headline Tokyo Dome. So, that's going to be a great night. 2 great nights of pro wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And now we got the main event topic of the week. The reason why Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel was so short. And I got it all for you right here. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on this situation. So here we go, man, with the main event topic of the week. According to Wrestling Observer's Radio, the reason Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar was so short at Crown Jewel was because of Cain Velasquez's knee, and WWE wanted him to do as least as possible in his match against Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, Velasquez's knee felt worse when he left Saudi Arabia than he did arrived. So, Cain's knee felt worse leaving Saudi Arabia, leaving Crown Jewel, than it was arriving in Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel. The original match plan was pitched by Paul Heyman, and his idea was for Cain and Brock to have a match exactly like Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg from WrestleMania 33, which was many people's match of the night that evening, but because of Cain Velasquez's knee injury, they had to change the entire structure of the match. Cain is set to have surgery soon, and he'll probably be out for a long time. That's what the Wrestling Observer News Radio said about Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, it makes sense why this match was so short. Yes, I get it. Cain has a hurt knee. He can't do much. The man is having surgery soon. But if you knew that in the process and he was not 100% going into this match, why would you sign him? Why would WWE sign Cain Velasquez if they knew that he was 80% hurt and couldn't do much at Crown Jewel and he was going to have knee surgery soon? I don't get it. AEW was going to sign Cain Velasquez, but you know what they told him? No. Recover with your knee, get surgery, rehab, and then we'll think about signing you. WWE just doesn't care. They don't care. They're desperate. They want headlines, and they wanted a headline with Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, and look what it did. Look what it did. I tuned in to the WWE Network just for this match. I had to go back and watch this match, and it was a complete mess, in my opinion. The match was a mess. It was based like a UFC fight. And listen, if I wanted to watch a UFC fight, I would tune into UFC, not WWE. This is pro wrestling, not boxing. The match was a complete mess. And it did no good for anybody except Brock Lesnar. WWE wasted 4 weeks of build for Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez just to have a 2-minute match at Crown Jewel when you knew that Cain had a hurt knee. You wasted our time. And you look what you did to Kofi Kingston in the process too. You jeopardized a 6-month title reign for Kofi Kingston, and quite possibly he could still be the WWE champion right now. He could still be the champion, but WWE wants the headlines. They want the ESPN headlines. So what do? They have Brock Lesnar beat Kofi Kingston in 5 seconds, just to have Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez at Crown Jewel last 2 minutes. Fantastic. It was reported that Cain Velasquez signed a 3-year deal with the WWE, and I wonder if he's going to be out for at least a year. Are they going to add 1 year onto his contract, or are they just going to let him go? Just because he's so popular and his name is Cain Velasquez, and he's a former UFC fighter. I don't know, man. We'll have to see what WWE does with Cain Velasquez. What I wouldn't want to see is what many people have been saying on Twitter. Cain Velasquez comes back, he wins the Royal Rumble, and it's a redemption story, and he gets Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania 36, and then he wins the WWE Championship. Listen, Cain Velasquez has no chance. I'm coming back by the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. With this severe knee injury that he has, Cain Velasquez has no chance coming back by Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. And if he even did, I would not want to see that, because I don't want to see this again. I saw it once. I saw it in UFC. I don't need to see it again. Now, before I go, we have one more thing. It was the reason why Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar started the show. It was the very first match. That reason, Brock Lesnar wanted to leave Saudi Arabia immediately. Just like he did WrestleMania. You know how he said he wanted to start the show at WrestleMania? He said the same thing for Crown Jewel. He just wanted to leave Saudi Arabia. And quite frankly, do you blame him? Do you blame him? Look what happened. He would have got stuck in that mess in Saudi Arabia. And I'm glad that the superstars and the crew got home safely and got home to their families. Thank God. I would have done the same thing if I was Brock Lesnar. I would have asked to be first, and I would have left. That's it for my news and rumors on Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video with a super kick. Subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel for some great content. Next week is going to be a super busy week. We got AEW Dynamite. We got NXT. Hopefully we'll get SmackDown. We got AEW Full Gear predictions. And we got the AEW Full Gear review for you guys right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. Please comment down below. Let me know your opinion on the situation between Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez at Crown Jewel. And let me know what you thought of the match. But besides that, that's it for me. Have a good night, guys.